The stretching pull of the cosmic corridor awaits as we move between this eclipse and that. We are in the week between eclipses. We are in that time where time starts to stretch, starts to feel liminal and odd, like nothing can begin and nothing can end. And what are we even doing? We had a bunch of void of course moons last week, and now with our weekly walkthrough of August 17th through the 23rd, we find the strangeness. We find the upheaval. We start to understand what the story was as we move towards the end of the next one. Now, in this time, there is a waiting quality. There is a patience in the liminality. When you're in the hallway, you have the choice to keep going forward, even when all the doors and rooms look the same. Like we're imagining those long hotel corridors where we're trying to find our way to where we're actually staying. And with that, our week gives us the Four of Swords reversed, which is this beautiful sleepy sloth woman. And that can feel like a need to rest and an inability to rest. When rest, like real deep rest, is hard to come by, we start taking it in sips. If you can't get a good night's sleep, meditate. If you can't meditate, pause, take a slow breath. Rest comes in many forms, and being perfectionistic about it is not gonna help. So this week, I really want you to appreciate the slowness. I want you to appreciate the small steps. I want you to appreciate yourself and each other, and to recognize change, especially radical change, isn't always instantaneous. For it to take deep hold, sometimes that means just those little slow actions every day. And with that, we start with the World card. This is our Monday card. And we have Mars square Neptune, which Mars is ruling because Neptune is in Aries. And that's at 3:52 a.m. Mountain Time on Monday. Then the moon will sextile the sun from Libra to Leo. We will get Mercury in Leo trine Saturn in Aries, Venus sextile Jupiter. The moon will trine the North Node in Aquarius before moving into fall in Scorpio at 3:45 p.m., opposing Chiron and squaring Pluto. So after that Mars-Neptune square, which can be a little disillusioning and maybe even some nightmare quality energy for those of you who are still asleep, like strange, aggressive dreams, I really want you to think about like, what is the creative cycle you are completing? Like lean into those Venusian and Leonine energies. Like between Libra and Leo, there's a lot to generate. And this particular world card is from the Maker's Tarot, and it's like very design based. So what is the creative cycle that you can bring to fruition now? What is ready to go out in the world? And then, the second half of the day, you might feel more doubt and despair about it, but I want you to really just let things move. There is a kind of reception between the Scorpio moon and Cancer Mars, but since both are fallen, it may be more intense volatility. So Monday afternoon tonight, really be gentle with yourself and others. Take the space you need. Make sure your needs are met before you go into different, difficult conversations and places, because it's easy to overreact. On Tuesday, the Scorpio moon will trine Cancer Mars at 12:29 a.m. So for some of you, that's still Monday. And then we'll square Jupiter. Again, we have some volatility. Mars days with Mars in Cancer, not easy. We do have the High Priestess, very Gothic High Priestess, and this feels like the quality of reception. This feels like the quality of waiting, and not like astrological planetary reception, but like being receptive and letting things come to you. So how can you do that? How can you listen? How can you learn? How can you be okay with maybe not making all the moves right now? On Wednesday, we get our half moon, with the Scorpio moon square both Mercury and the Sun in Leo, and we get another world card. This one is about the old structures. This is, you've heard me talk about this one before because this particular version of the world card keeps coming up this year. But it's the petrified tree. It's the legacy. Like, where is something like really truly done that you've been ignoring for a long time? Like, you can see it. It's right there. It's very solid. But you refuse to walk away from it, and you continue to nurture it as though it's still there. Where can you redirect your energy from that? Thursday gives us a Scorpio moon at the bending of the nodes, which in fixed signs feels a little bit more earthquakey to me. Like, it's not just the, like, oh, it's so confusing, mutable energy. It's more like getting jostled and not knowing what hit you. And then the moon will move into Sagittarius and sextile Pluto, trine Neptune, and oppose Uranus. It's our monthly check-in with the wedge. And on Thursday, we have our Queen of Coins. And, she is the keeper of the keys to the pantry. She has all the resources. She knows how to allot them and how to conserve them for when they're needed most. So Thursday is a really good time to check in with those outer sectors of your chart and be like, okay, what do I really need to be tending where all of this is moving? Because, we have that flying wedge that occasionally turns into a basket. And it is pushing us in the direction of Neptune. Like, when we look at that little triangle layout, where's the point? The point is Neptune. So what is Neptune pointing at while retrograde in your chart? What is Aries pointing at? Where can you move some of those resources and energies forward? Friday, we have the moon trine Jupiter. We have Venus opposite Saturn, good for Saturnians, not so good for Venusians. So those of you who are Saturn aligned or in your Saturn return, this opposition might actually be helpful for you. Those of you with Venus as a Time Lord, trickier. And then those like me who have both are just going to be like, mixed bag day. But it's really asking, where are these failed systems and structures in our life hindering where we're trying to bring relationships to fruition? And where can we bring some of that relational care into the structures to shore them up again? We also will get the moon trine Saturn and sextile Venus helping a little bit afterwards. And this is all really early in the morning stuff too. So for you night owls, it may feel less prominent. But with that, we have the 9 of clocks. And this is that reminder that everybody is moving on a different timetable. All these clocks read different times. It can feel like the pressure is, oh, I have to do this now because they're doing it now. And this is one of those things where when we think about Aries Saturn, Saturn is slow and methodical, very timely, rules time. Aries is very fast and direct and pointed. And so when you get Aries Saturn, that false urgency is back again. And it can be the comparison. Well, everybody is doing this now, so I need to be doing this now. But is that true? Really interrogate that on Friday. When we move to Saturday, we have the Sagittarius moon trine Mercury in Leo and trine the Leo sun. Then we get the sextile to the North Node. The moon drops into detriment in Capricorn. We get the sun conjunct the South Node and opposite the North Node, which can feel very ravenous, very hungry. This is our Ouroboros, but it's self-consuming. It's like there's not enough. It's never enough. My vision isn't big enough. And I want you to be really careful about that. I want you to be really delicate and ask yourself where you're pulling parts of yourself off to sustain other parts of yourself and find a different way to move. Because then we get that Capricorn moon trine Chiron, and at 8:18 p.m., Virgo season. And the sun will be conjunct Regulus with that new ingress into Virgo. And then we'll have the Capricorn moon square Neptune. So with that Ouroboros, again, just be really careful. Be careful that you are moving into radical self-reliance rather than radical self-extraction and exploitation. On Sunday, we have the Capricorn moon opposite Mars in Cancer. Be gentle to your bodies. Don't pick unnecessary fights over resources. And then we'll have the Virgo sun trine Chiron and the Capricorn moon square Aries Saturn. And this is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Don't overwork, especially my Virgos, especially my earth signs. This is not a sign to grind. Self-work and development, yes. Exhaustive pursuit of goals, no. All right, happy week, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments.